Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this afternoon session. I hope you enjoyed your lunch. And we've got three sessions this afternoon. The first one, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Tim Lacey, who is head of foundation at the Milestone Foundation. And Tim is going to take us through the next 25-30 minutes. Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The afternoon of a conference on the last day. Something of a graveyard shift, but we will endeavour to make this as entertaining as we can. The Milestone Foundation, working with partners and participants to create a brighter future for young people. I thought we would start off by introducing ourselves. Who are we? Milestone Foundation are a registered charity. We were established in 2013 with three main aims. One, to address youth unemployment. The next, to provide safe spaces and activities for young people. And thirdly, the provision of activities to develop emotional intelligence and inner resilience to help young people achieve academically, professionally, and in life overall. Our focus, quite simply, is on building sustainable partnerships with organisations that have an interest in supporting, developing and employing young people. Our objective is to help a young person identify a career that is in alignment with their natural interests and passions in life. By using their passions as the driving force to learning and development, it allows the young person to more clearly identify who they want to be in life as opposed to what they want to do in life. We refer to this as aligning their passion with their purpose. Our aim is to create the Passion Project, to bring together representatives from all parties involved in the provision of youth engagement and employment services for the purpose of creating an end-to-end, joined-up and holistic careers and employment service for young people. Our activities. First and foremost, the Milestone Foundation is about partnership working. We believe in the power of partnership and we work with a variety of organisations, including young people. We look to support young people to enter the career of their choice. An example of this is we've actually worked with our parent company, the Milestone Group, to develop a digital publishing platform for young people to upload and play them, and not only play, but market their music. We are one of only 7 organisations in the world that has got a licence to upload music directly into iTunes. Young people can control their own content, they can upload directly into iTunes, and actually they keep a far greater percentage of their royalties than would be through the normal course of the music industry. They're not paying for agents, they're not paying for fees of any way, shape or form. We work with young people. We work in partnership with the Metropolitan Police, and you're going to hear more of this later, to deliver our Divert project. This is an initiative based in police custody suites that offers young people the chance to be supported into employment and away from a life of crime. We work with the Green Skills Partnership, a partnership to provide entry into the construction and sustainable energy industries, and through which we've already supported over 250 young people into employment, mostly via apprenticeships. We also work with the Financial Services Negotiation Forum, and I'm pleased to say that Amanda has come here to speak to you this afternoon to tell you a little bit about the work that we're doing, to help identify the issues facing people and to promote and develop career entry solutions for individuals to enter the financial services sector. We work with employers like Rank, and I'm pleased to say we've got Nick Boothroyd from Rank here today, to examine how we engage with those young people and how we start to actually attract them into business and into very big businesses like Rank to develop a career platform. We work in partnership with Apprenticeship for England. We've helped create a new fundraising platform to help support young people. We announced that last night, the bursary. There's the link to the website, and we're going to have more on that shortly from my colleague Christine. And we also want to work with organisations like you. We would like to engage with you to examine how we can work together. We want to deliver funding solutions for you through our Alchemy platform and jointly go on to create a lasting partnership to deliver sustainable outcomes for young people. On that note, I'm going to hand over to my colleague, Christine O'Mahony, who is going to take you through the slides for Alchemy.
Thank you. Tim, can I just check? I just pressed the button to go down. Lovely, thank you. So, Alchemy, a digital entertainment platform. Alchemy's been designed to provide new revenue opportunities for the Milestone Foundation and its partners. Alchemy allows its users to give to charitable causes as a result of a purchase, making a donation, or contributing to a social initiative. We believe that the ability to do good as a consequence of buying digital entertainment is a unique funding solution, connecting consumers to charities in new and exciting ways. Oh, somebody's changed it for me, I think. Alchemy allows users to purchase high-quality entertainment content at the same market rate as the likes of iTunes, knowing that a percentage of each contribution goes towards funding a good cause. The best bit about our platform is that we can tailor it to your business, your organisation, allowing your audience to purchase the latest content, knowing that it's going to a charity of your choice. Oh, we've gone one slide too many. Oh, sorry. So how can Alchemy benefit you? Our solution provides an alternative for corporates on payroll giving and employee engagement, providing organisations with a holistic way to fundraise, giving your employees the chance to give to the causes that they really care about. Alchemy's unique blend of functionality enables you to strengthen your business and your brand. We can simplify the process with your own one-page branded site. Our reporting process provides you with transparency on where your business is having social impact, allowing you to demonstrate it as part of your CSR. We can even help get involved in fundraising for crucial crowdfunding initiatives, connecting your brand to positive change. As Tim's already explained, the Milestone Foundation works with partners to support their work with apprenticeships, seeking to empower individuals into training and employment, helping them identify careers they're passionate about, whilst offering support with their personal development. To achieve these objectives, we form partnerships with like-minded individuals. We fully support the work of the Apprenticeship for England and the substantial difference it makes to the lives of young people. We share a joint commitment to optimise the number of young people entering apprenticeships, taking their first steps along the road to their career. Apprenticeship for England and the Milestone Foundation are launching Alchemy to its members to support more individuals into apprenticeships. We're jointly announcing the creation of the bursary scheme for Apprenticeship for England members to apply for bursary and grants to support those with barriers to starting or completing apprenticeships. And we invite you to join us and give with Apprenticeship for England.
Thank you, Christine. I'd now like to ask Acting Inspector Jack Rowlands to talk about our Divert initiative.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yes, I'm Jack Rowlands from the Metropolitan Police. I'm an acting inspector within Trident Central Gangs Crime Command. I'd like to tell you about Divert, which is a police custody diversion programme currently based at Brixton and Bethnal Green police stations. 18 months ago, I started Divert with some of my colleagues. The whole idea is to speak to people whilst they're still in police custody. Police custody provides a real teachable moment to young people that come into a suite like Brixton and Bethnal Green. Regardless of what people are arrested for, they will always have that moment of reflection, that moment of thought process where they think, I've got to change the direction of my life. 18 months ago, we started working with the Milestone Foundation, And since then, we've found employment for over 87 people. Speaking to 116, only 7% of those have reoffended. That, in comparison, is around 22% less than the average for London. Now, working alongside the Milestone Foundation enables us to make really streamlined referrals for those young people into meaningful employment, apprenticeship and development opportunities. We rely on a very, very clear-cut way of making it clear to that young person that we're not going to let them down, but they've got to cross that threshold, they've got to seek that commitment, because working alongside Milestone means we're referring to an effective partner. Now, for us, having apprenticeships and working closely with people like your good self is imperative. We get about 10,000 people through custody each year for one site alone. And in my experience, we're dealing with a lot of young people that are actually, yes, they've done the wrong thing, but they've actually got the right skills. They've got skills that can benefit your businesses, they can benefit your organisations and give you something different. The people we've got employment for have done all sorts of work around football coaching in Barcelona. They've done in sales, they're exceptional at sales, creative design. They're all pushing on, and they've left that lifestyle behind them. And showing that faith in those young people that come through our doors really does benefit all. It benefits the taxpayer. These guys are paying 20% tax, some of them. It benefits our societies. We've got less crime. We've got less violence on our streets. We've got less people being arrested. And by investing in Divert, by investing in Milestone, will allow all of us to become more effective in what we're doing. We're hoping over the next few months to expand Divert even more, make the programme sustainable, and have it in every custody suite across London. And by that means, it'll mean we'll be able to cater for the whole of London by using those teachable moments to divert young people into employment and opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jack.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Nick Boothroyd. I am the Director of Talent Acquisition for the Rank Group. And it's quite possible that not too many of you will have heard of the Rank Group. So we have a number of challenges as an employer trying to attract people into our business. And the first one is, who are you? So I'm not asking you to put your hands up, but maybe internally just have a think that, yes, I do know the Rank Group, or no, I don't. So for those of you who haven't stuck your internal hand up, if you can move on to the next slide, maybe that gives it away. So a few more people may know who the Rank Group is because of that, but a few of you may not. So some of the brands that we were associated with on the next slide are ones that you probably will recognise. So I make no apology for the Carry On films. We don't do them anymore, but we did do them. Pinewood Studios was one of ours, Odeon, you can read those yourselves. So a fairly iconic set of entertainment brands. And we are still an entertainment business, but we don't do any of those anymore. What we do is the next slide. We're the UK's leading multi-channel gaming operator. Now, I imagine somebody like Donald would be saying, bad hombres, bad, very bad people. We're not. We're at the core of our business is about responsibility. It's about ensuring that people who come and play at our venues play responsibly. But it's also, for the purpose of today, is not about attracting people to become addictive gamblers. By any means, it's about introducing people into a sector that's probably one of the biggest employers in the whole of the UK in terms of hospitality. So what do we do? So our second challenge is, well, that's fine, I now know what you do, but what sort of jobs do you have? So we've got a whole combination of things going on. We are 147 retail outlets across the country. We've got a really big growing digital business as well, and we've got opportunities out in Gibraltar and our customer solutions hub in Sheffield. So over 10,500 employees, so we sit really squarely in amongst that big employer who's going to be affected by or will receive benefit from the levy, and that's particularly one we'll talk about in a moment. You may not be able to read those, but that just gives an indication, and just a quick shout out, if anybody knows of a Cantonese-speaking show host for one of our casinos in Liverpool. If you could come and see me, that would be great, because I'm looking for one at the moment, so that'd be very helpful. In amongst all of that, things like barmen, sous chefs, project managers, finance people, a whole host of people, people services managers, you can read them yourself. So that's fine as well, but again, if you're maybe a young person or somebody looking for an apprenticeship, that may not mean anything to you. So in terms of what we therefore look for beyond those job titles, ultimately, and just to let you into a secret, if you've got a degree in history from St Andrews, that's absolutely fantastic, but I may not be that interested. It's not the most important thing to us. So what is important is absolutely you, your personality, your values, your behaviours, your attitudes. What can you become? What's the opportunity for you because of you as an individual? But that presents a big problem in terms of how people tend to apply. CVs don't give you that sort of information, as you know yourself. So we've embarked on a slightly different approach using different technologies to try and extract that information out of individuals to try and spot that potential in whoever that individual may be from whatever their background. So some of the stuff that we're doing, and I apologise for the next slide, but we asked people to build a 3D interactive profile. So this is on our rank systems. They can come in, they can build a profile, they can upload video content, they can put supporting documents, they can have a personal statement. The next page on this one will show you some of the work history and particularly some of their interests and some of the other content that potentially is going to be of interest to us as an employer. This again presents a slight problem, so this is where we've advanced a little bit more. If you can go on to the next couple of pages. Next one after that. So people spend a lot of time filling in these applications, and it's great for us as a business, and we can really identify those personalities and what makes those people stand out. But how useful is that to that individual if they don't get the job? So for every 10 who apply, chances are 9 of those are not going to get a job. So what we do now is look at the technology to allow those individuals to export that content that they've spent a lot of time building into an external profile builder, which they can then use to apply for any job anywhere else they like. And that will even mean, like, it pains me to say it, but they could even apply for Gala, okay? So you can use that application, that information elsewhere, and that journey can continue. So that's sort of the process we follow to identify talent. That's how we use technology to enable us to do that. The next bit is around what we're doing very quickly around apprenticeships. And prior to the levy, and I must be honest, the levy has been a real trigger for the business to sit up and think, hang on a minute, we need to be doing something about this. I've spent the last 3 years trying to convince our board that actually apprenticeships, work experience, future leader programs, internships is a great way to bring fresh new talent into the business. And now the levy has probably just triggered a thought process to think, hang on, this is focusing our attention. So moving on from there, what we're doing is looking, as probably a lot of you in the room are doing, is plotting those standards against what we are as a business. What things do we need to improve our individuals, to grow them, to develop them, to help us deliver better business? We're looking at promotional campaigns, really shouting about how important that apprenticeship piece is and making a big stand around apprenticeships with the rank group, something really exciting. And very importantly for us is what I'm calling open-minded sourcing. So if you go on to the next one, this is looking at a whole range of channels that we can utilise beyond your standard job boards, engagement with JCPs, Job Centre Plus, engagement with colleges, schools, universities to a certain extent, attending careers fairs, things like retro strategies, I mean by poster drops and leaflet drops and generally engaging with people face-to-face, business cards to people you see in Costa, whatever it may be, and really importantly, engaging with community partners, of which the Milestone Foundation is a really key one for us. So last couple of slides. Why the Milestone Foundation? Well, we've been talking to them for a while now, generally about what their plans are, what their aspirations are. We believe we're pretty aligned in terms of the way they operate and the way we operate. So engaging at a local level, we've got businesses, venues across the whole of the country, from Aberdeen down to Plymouth, about identifying those employability traits, those individual things that make them stand out and make them employable, the soft skills, the confidence, the ability to work in a team, the ability maybe to negotiate or to argue, those sort of things. Engaging with emotional intelligence, a big piece around the Milestone Foundation and what they're doing, and generally just harnessing those things that make you stand out. So the final piece I just wanted to leave you with is just some of our plans for the future with the Milestone Foundation, some of the stuff that Jack was talking about in terms of the Divert programme, and I believe there was an individual that we were just talking about who was successfully only wanted to work nights. He's basically an insomniac by the sounds of it, can only work nights, so job in a casino, hey, guess what, that's ideal. So looking to engage with these sort of community partners, looking how we integrate our technologies, how can we get our jobs onto what will become the Passion Project platform, and how can we enable those individuals to really shop window themselves and stand out in a community where there's a lot of competition for jobs. And our real belief is that it doesn't matter where you come from, it doesn't matter what your checkered history may be. Clearly there's certain limitations in some of that. Are you academic? It doesn't matter. If you've got the personality, you've got the drive, you've got the mindset, we are really interested in talking to you. So that's the sort of process that we're following, and that's the relationship that's working really well for us, and we'll do with the Milestone Foundation.
Thank you very much, Nick.
Thank you.
We're going to now introduce Amanda Montague, the Head of Fundraising for the Financial Services Negotiation Forum.
The good news is my speech is short and sweet. He's taken the first line, which was my name. I'm here today. I'm here today as the representative of the Financial Services Negotiation Forum. Now, you may ask, what is that? Well, apart from it being a bit of a mouthful, we are a not-for-profit organisation who are uniting the financial services post-Brexit. Together, we seek to identify opportunities for development of new and intelligent apprenticeship frameworks within the financial services sector. I'm proud to say that apprenticeships in the financial services sector is one of the 6 priority sectors that the government is focusing on, and we see that communication between industry and education and training is key. After saying all of that, the challenges we face are that often in the industry, they think apprentices are too young, lacking in life skills, and often they think it's too big a step for them to become, let's say, a financial advisor. Now, we have to remember an apprentice can be anything from 16 to 63. And finally, I'm pleased to say we're working hand in hand with the Milestone Foundation to support the next generation of apprentices in the financial services sector, and will leave a legacy of talent for the future.
The Milestone Foundation are able to provide competitive telecommunications solutions for your businesses or charities. Again, this is all part of funding the A4E bursary. We've tied up with a partner organisation who have agreed to pay a percentage to support the bursary. And following on from our event last evening, we're pleased to announce that we've secured a partnership with Rift on behalf of Apprenticeships for England to provide expert tax refund and accountancy services to businesses to optimise tax returns for your staff and to help us further support young people into employment. Anything that is contracted with those organisations, Rift have said that they will pay a percentage into A4E. So I think that's good news all round. We have finished. Does anybody have any questions? That gentleman there.
John Ferris, Benefits to Apprenticeships. You're talking to the youngsters, both, as we pointed out earlier on, in cells, and we're also looking at various other locations like the cinema. And most of these youngsters engage in social media, unlikely to involve themselves in LinkedIn or Twitter, but Instagram and Facebook seem to be 2 of the key areas that we're getting the traffic from in the last 24 hours. Which areas do you see are the priority? Because a lot of these youngsters only talk to their own age group. They're not necessarily keen on talking to the over 40s or 50s because it's a different generation.
We're actually finding, especially in the Divert scenario, that young people are quite literally at a crossroads in their life where we can actually sit with them, and all of our advisors are certainly a lot younger than me. We can sit with them and say, crossroads. One way is going to see you coming back here time and time again. The other way, with us helping you, will help you move away into employment, into a career of your choice, and move it forwards. We are not prescriptive in how we deal with, how we engage, and we are very much around making sure that our engagement is right for every individual that it fits. Our parent company, the Milestone Group, are actually a digital media company, so we are very well equipped in terms of Facebook. I think with our connections, we have got something like reach into over 130 million Facebook and social media accounts, and that's documented on the parent company website. So using social media to engage with them, yes. Using a teachable point, as Jack says, when they're in custody, yes. Having a range of mentors that work with us is another way that we do it. We have got a number of ambassadors to the Passion Project and the Milestone Foundation who actively go out and engage. I guess our message and our secret is partnership. It's about actually engaging with every organisation that has access to these young people, that engages with these young people, and trying to provide solutions to fit around that, enhance their service, and in doing so, enhance ourselves. Yes, sir.
This is the first panel where we've had quite a lot of employers that will be affected by the levy in some way, in a big way. How much of your existing training for your upskilling your existing staff will move from what was CPD, if you like, into some form of levy fundable operation, do you think?
Nick, do you want to take that?
Hello. It will be very difficult to put a percentage on it just at the moment. What we're very keen to do is to ensure that we do a blended approach in that we of course enhance the skills and the capabilities of our existing staff wherever possible and where it's appropriate, but we also use the levy to attract other individuals who maybe wouldn't see us as a sector that's interesting and exciting and appropriate, and to use that really as an outbound promotional and employer branding type opportunity. So it's we could probably use the entire levy up by training our existing staff and upskilling them, but I think we miss an opportunity then to use that as a mechanism to raise our profile and to really celebrate some of the great stuff that we're doing. And degree apprenticeships, to me, just seems to be a fantastic opportunity to get great new talent into a business that maybe we wouldn't compete for if we were up against the milk round and the post-grads coming out looking at the likes of Ernst & Young and Goldman's and those sorts of big organisations. We're not playing in that league necessarily, but we think we've got some great opportunities. So I know that doesn't really answer your question in terms of percentage, but it's got to be a mixed approach because you can't just divert it all to new people. You've got to be using some of that to benefit your existing staff to retain and develop them, for sure.
And from the point of view of the Milestone Foundation, we are looking at the apprenticeship agenda as the whole staff training and development programme. Any other questions? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that's been informative to you. If you would like to engage with us, if you want to discuss anything around alchemy, please feel free to contact myself, any of the panellists, well, with the exception of Inspector Rowlands there, and our Head of Partnerships, Liz Obertelli, who, if you can stand up and identify yourself, please feel free to engage with us. Thank you very much for listening and have an enjoyable rest of the afternoon.